What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video now, baby. Listen, this clip has gone viral. This German woman says that black women are no competition, baby. She says it's easy because there is no family unit. You know, this got the hyenas upset because how dare another woman outside of the race come in and try to tell us about us. This is how women are feeling, but people got eyes, they see it and they realize what it is, and because they speak on it, a lot of these women are upset and mad, big mad. So let's get into what has triggered these women, baby, in the comments and all over social media. Let's go ahead and get into the clip. Here we go.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit.
Now, let me pause this because I gotta say, there are a lot of black women who don't like this. They're rolling their eyes, they're mad. But you gotta be mad at yourself, sis. Seriously. I've even seen men who are saying, why are black women condoning this? I'm like, see, no accountability. You can't just continue with this narrative that black men ain't ish and they all this and bottom of the barrel. You will not make a plate for him. You can make your own plate. I'm not doing ish for you. I'm not doing nothing. All of them the same. They're all bad. And then when other races of women come out and say, hey, I knew there was no competition because I know that y'all are not going to offer what I was raised and taught to offer. Why get mad? Why is everything a red flag for black women? Why can't black women be questioned? Why can't black women see their own faults? Why can't you see the wrong that you have created and try to do right? It doesn't mean that every black man is right, but you also got to accept accountability for your actions as well and how you were raised, the quite opposite of these other races of women. They were raised to cater to a man. They were raised to understand what men want or be concerned about a man and love. They raised differently. It doesn't make them perfect, but it just shows the difference in how they were raised to cater to a man. We were raised to be independent women who don't need a man. And if you continue with that narrative that you don't need a man, you're independent, you take care of yourself, what do I need a man for? And the men decide to go elsewhere to women who actually appreciate them. Why get mad? You shouldn't be mad. That's all I'm saying. You shouldn't be mad, and you got to be accountable for what people are what a lot of these, not all women, it's not all black women, but the ones who are putting this out here. We don't need no man. And you average men, I can't deal with an average man because I need a man making 6 figures. So you don't want the average man, but you get mad when a woman like this comes out and say, this is an average man and I'm gonna treat him right. That makes them so mad because you hate to accept the fact that other women are willing to take these same men that you call dusties and build a relationship with them. It's mind-boggling. Baby, let's continue.
He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown because unfortunately, a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them.
Ooh, child, baby. She said a lot. I know these women are pissed. This goes back to, if you don't want to listen to what black men are saying, if you don't want to accept the fact that every black man out here is not horrible, you're attracting a certain type. If you don't want to accept the fact that other married women who are saying, listen, sis, look, tweak some things. None of us are perfect, but tweak some things. This might change your outcome. There are good men out here, but you got to be open and willing to meet them halfway. It's not all about you, sis. You can't be this independent boss chick and have this mindset and thinking that a man wants that. A man want a peaceful relationship. He don't want a woman who's aggressive and manly and independent and don't need him. He don't want that. Why is it so hard for our women to understand that? To now, you have German women and other women coming out the woodworks telling you about you, and now you don't like it. You don't want to accept it from the women and the men in your community. You don't want to accept it from other black men. You don't want to accept it from other black women who are trying to get y'all to understand what a relationship is based on. And when you're sitting around here 30 and 40 years old and you don't have it because you're stuck in your ways and you don't want to listen to anything, now people from other races are telling you, oh, you're pissed off. You're mad. You don't want to, you can't stand it. How dare she? But they have eyes, they see too. And this is the mindset that a lot of black women take. Just because she accepts the bare minimum don't mean I need to. You got to understand that what is the bare minimum? Because a lot of these women aren't even offering the bare minimum to a man. We got to stop with this entitled mindset. Stop thinking that you're settling. Stop thinking that he's barely offering the bare minimum. What you offering? You ain't really offering much either. You don't want to, because the responsibility is on him to offer everything to you because you're the prize and you're the queen and you're entitled. So he's supposed to do it all and you do nothing? Like, come on. This is what's keeping a lot of women single. And it's unfortunate that we got to hear from women outside of our race to tell us about us. And that's what's mind-boggling. And that's what's got a lot of these women big mad, because you're looking like, well, goddamn, you don't want to accept anything from anybody. So now other people got to come and tell you about you. And she ain't lying. That's the gag. She ain't lying. We can't even come at her and shut her down because she's telling the truth. And anybody who's looking at her and mad is because you don't want to accept the truth. Women are combative, independent, you're masculine, you're aggressive, you're argumentative, all these things. You're not trying to give no man no breakfast, lunch, or dinner for the most part. You don't want to even fix him a sandwich. Baby, this is why I said we got to do better. And this here certainly exemplifies where our community is and how we're being scrutinized from outside people, and how these women are telling you they're getting your man because you don't want an average man. You don't want a man that works a 9 to 5 because you made 6 figures, so he got to make 6 figures or more. And when these women are accepting these men and appreciating these men, it makes the black women look stupid. Bottom line. So I'm going to leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, baby. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Y'all definitely let me know what you think of this video clip. I want to hear your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.